Man, we played a hard game today, didn't we, guys? We played. We scored a touchdown. We did a goal. We had a ole. It was so perfect. Chess is so hard to play.
My man, what?
All right, well, hey guys, and welcome back to Celestales. I'm your host Tony, and I brought a couple guests with me today. Introduce yourself, guys.
Yo, what's good? My name is Moon.
Yo, what's up? It's Steve.
Steve. All right,
Holy crap.
Steve. And we're here to talk about the very simple S thing. What makes a sport a sport? Can I play footsies and it'll be considered a sport? Can I do those hand clapping things? Is that a sport? I just want to know, what is a sport? Any thoughts, guys?
I would think that anything that involves moving is a sport. Because, like you said, you could play footsies and that be a sport. It would be a very boring sport, I think, because you don't know who would win. But it's a sport.
My man's on the right track. You know what? But if you train your brain hard enough, you can move shit with your mind.
Like you mean like with telepathy, or are you talking about like just thinking really hard?
A little bit of both. Because they always tell you can do it, but can you really?
I ask myself that question every night, and the answer is always
shit.
no.
Oh, well, what a
Damn.
Oh, but no, like seriously, brain games. And actually, I think chess is considered a sport. I'm not sure, but I think it is. Like there are competitions, so like I guess brain games can be a sport.
right? Chess is a sport. They do consider it a sport.
Okay, that's what I thought. Do you like in spelling bees? Like they're really boring, but those are a sport.
Right? My theory is, to make something a sport, you need three key factors.
Uh-huh.
One, it must stress your body in a physical or mental sense, right? Two, it takes skill and technique. So you have like skills and techniques to said sport. Okay. And three, there must be a meetup or there must be an exhibition where there is a prize at the end.
Okay.
Right. That is my theory to make anything an actual sport.
Well, I can't argue with that. Um, like I agree, but at the same time, it feels like it. Like if that's the case, then going to work is a sport. Like it requires work. You have to. It's stressful, and the prize is a paycheck. So it's like.
I mean, you work with what you got, dude.
I mean, I guess, yeah, I guess.
I mean, in terms of sports, you are working with what you got. Your body, or sometimes your skull.
But okay, but here's what I'm saying, right? Because if what Tony said is true, right, and all those things, like his theory is correct, then that means that like going to get the mail, is a sport.
Dude, sometimes it's the physical effort. Who knows? You might be like, ah, shit, I called Life Alert, but I gotta get my ass up off of my damn wheelchair, and I gotta go get me the mail.
I don't think people from wheelchairs are standing up to get their mail, man. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Really? You ever heard a guy sensei that man can handstand his way up anything?
Okay, but like that's an anime character, Steve.
Well, no, I've actually seen people do it in real life. It's highly impressive.
You know what? Like
But
if there's a
I mean,
if,
you gotta have like a sufficient amount of upper body strength to be able to do that. Besides the fact that your legs kind of dangle halfway through your body, it's a little funny.
you know, if a person needs to do a handstand in order to walk and get something, then I think there's a problem. Like if a person's wheelchair bound, they shouldn't have to try to get up to do anything. That's why like every building has that little ramp to get on or get in and stuff like that. You shouldn't be handstanding to do anything.
Well, in all honesty, while they can't handstand to do anything, they could still do wheelchair, use their wheelchair as their to do stuff, as proven when they had. I'm not sure what it's called, but they've
So the
played
Paralympics,
basketball, huh?
Paralympics, yeah,
Right,
it's like where they use their wheelchair and play basketball.
right. So they're technically still stressing their body. So
Oh,
I can't.
oh, dude, no. I'm not saying that. I'm not
No,
saying.
no, it was mostly for him. Like instead of doing a
Okay.
handstand and walking to get their mail, they didn't really need that. They could just do it themselves with their chair or their
Also,
crutches.
if a person's in a house and they're going to get their mail and they're in a wheelchair, I think they would have installed a ramp into like their steps or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
so that they don't have to do a handstand.
Right. So that kind of fills up number one of the quota. You have to stress your body physically or mentally to do stuff. What
Yeah.
about stuff that require skill or technique? Any things that could probably fall under that sport trend?
Telling a joke. You know how hard it is to tell a joke? It is extraordinarily difficult.
Oh,
And if you fail, you look like a huge, like, idiot.
Well, sometimes failing is the joke.
Okay, that's different. Like, there's failing to make the joke, and then there's failing because you're bad. Like, it's a difference.
it is a difference. All right, we can all attest to failing a joke not on purpose and then just have people laugh at you because it was just that horrible.
Yeah, like clowns, they fail to make the joke. Like like they fail,
It's on
and that's the
purpose.
joke. They're bad.
It's like there's
Yeah,
slapstick
but like
comedy.
if you're talking with your friends and you're just telling a really bad joke, like you know, and the thing is, you know that the joke is bad. Like as soon as you're done, especially if you have to explain the joke,
Mm-hmm.
that's when you know you messed up. Like,
The
oh, that's
silence
horrible.
kills.
No, the only exception I think to that is if you're funny for yourself, not for other people. Like I will tell a joke to like my family or something like that, and it's not to make them laugh; it's to make me laugh because I think it's funny.
Uh huh.
But then that's also kind of sad thinking about it.
Well, some people tell jokes just to hear the look of the reaction that they tell the joke to.
True.
Yeah.
So,
Those are usually like those really mean jokes.
or the really like what, and you're just laughing because they have such a silly face. You're like, what, what is going on?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I remember there was this one time I got my entire high school class not to talk to me for like an hour or two
Bro, what did
because
you do?
I told a really hard riddle with the stupidest answer to it, and they all hated me. Every single one of them. It was hilarious. I loved it.
Do you
It was
know the
great.
riddle?
I do. I've said it so many times. I've memorized it.
All right, just lay it on me. Lay it on me.
All right. All right. Here's the riddle. You're standing on the sidewalk with a raw egg. You drop the egg onto the sidewalk, but it does not crack. How is that possible?
It's a raw egg. You already opened it. You have yolk in your hand.
What do you mean? Why are you opening an egg?
You already.
What do you mean? No, that's not the answer.
It's a raw egg. When I hear raw egg, I'm thinking the egg's already open, and I
No.
carry the yolk in my hand.
Like, what? No. What kind of weirdo are you?
I don't know. That's what I think of raw egg. That's where I go.
Dude, no. I mean, like, the egg isn't boiled or anything.
Oh, you mean a fresh egg?
Okay, sure. We'll go with a fresh egg.
But like dropping the egg to even that extent is a sport.
Dude.
You know how much work that is? That's like you have to uncurl your fingers to even attempt to drop it.
What do you mean? That dropping something is you know what? That's where I draw the line. Dropping something is not a sport.
But what are you talking about? What about picking something up and throwing it? It's like the antithesis
That's
of dropping
different.
something.
No. See, okay, here's the thing. Picking something up and throwing it involves, like, you have to think about going down, picking it up, using your muscles, where to aim it, and throwing it. That can be a sport. Actually, that is a sport.
Yeah, it's called
Dropping
discus
something,
or
just
shot put.
standing still and just dropping something is not a sport. I'm sorry.
Well,
that's where I draw the line.
Here's the thing. If we go based off my theory, it has to go through a checklist. One, it has to be a physical and mental stress on your body. And then two, it has to require technique and skill. Does dropping something dropping something and not breaking it is some type of skill, right? But does it have a physical and mental stress on your body to drop this thing and without breaking it?
Well, that's
Dude,
the thing. You can't connect my riddle to this to our question, because those are two different. Like, the riddle is meant to mess with you. Dropping something doesn't require skill, even in the riddle.
Bro,
like this,
yes,
dropping
it does.
something. No,
Yes,
it
it
doesn't.
does.
No, it doesn't. No, like, if you're standing on the sidewalk with a rock and you drop it, that requires no skill. Picking up the rock and walking with it, maybe.
Letting go, uncurling my fingers requires skill, Kemet.
No, it doesn't. What do you mean?
What happens if you got
your fingers stiff?
What happens if you got arthritis and you can't uncurl your hands?
If you have arthritis, things should be falling out your hands faster. What do you mean?
You can't uncurl.
like dropping something, like, no, not to offend anybody, but dropping something if you have arthritis is easier than if you don't have arthritis. Like, the whole problem with arthritis is that you drop everything. If anything, if you have arthritis, it's a skill to hold on to stuff. That's the sport right there.
You know what? I'm gonna throw texting as a sport.
Wait. Before we continue, I just wanted to see if you guys can answer the riddle real quick.
Oh, okay. So it's a fresh egg. I drop it, and it never shattered.
Sure.
Well, this goes down into what constitutes as dropping. Because I can go 5 inches off the ground, let go, and I dropped it.
Okay. So you know what? This happens every time I have to start explaining stuff. Okay. So no, you're on a sidewalk, standing tall.
Right.
Right?
And I drop
from
it.
shoulder, let's say from shoulder length, right?
Uh-huh.
Like you just reach out with your hand and you drop the egg. No extra bullshit. You just let go of the egg. That's what we're doing.
Okay. Before we continue, if you guys know the answer to this riddle before we even answer it, please leave a comment down below or go to our Twitter at Celestales or hashtag StarTales and maybe tell the answer there.
Yeah.
What I just want fair play. I want everyone
No,
to be able to
dude.
answer said riddle.
No, that's great. Get that shameless plug.
Of course,
We're all
you have
about
to.
shameless plugging here, all right? You're on the show. That's a shameless plug in and of itself.
Is shameless plugging a sport? Find out next time.
Dude, man, sometimes it takes effort to open one's mouth.
Dude, what is wrong with you? What do you go through in life?
Bro, I don't fucking know.
All right, so I'm going to answer that riddle closer to the end of the episode, but I say
Yeah, you
texting. All right, I say texting is a sport.
text. You know what? I will agree with you on that. There are some people who make texting look like it, like oh my god, like they're like driver, especially Hispanic drivers make texting and driving look easy. It's not. It's not easy. I'll give them, and especially with like teenage children. Like, oh, it sounds so old,
Right.
God.
What?
But
But you are old.
dude, what do you mean? I'm not old at all. I look old, but I'm not old. What are you talking about?
Man, that's what you like telling yourself, dude.
Uh-huh.
Dude, both of you are older than me. What are you talking about?
We
I'm not
don't
here to
talk about this.
ages.
What do you? Oh my guy, what do you mean I'm old?
Look,
You're wise. It means you're old enough.
no. You can't say that because a child could be wise.
Dude, I was a genius. I was talking politics in elementary school, man. That's what NPR does to you. Listen to public radio, kids. It'll get you places.
No, that's all right. We're kind of derailing off. We're trying to almost go into intelligence versus wisdom. We'll go to that maybe in another episode.
Oh,
but what I'm
Yeah,
saying
okay,
is,
okay. But
speaking
no,
of
texting.
politics.
Yeah, we were talking about texting and sports, right?
right. So you cannot
So-
press the autofill and you can't swipe. It has to be you filling out these words by yourself, typing with your thumbs.
There are some people who can type like 5 sentences in like 30 seconds using texting without errors. I think that's a sport, personally.
Right.
Like especially when they were and they will like reply to people at like different times, like if they're popular. Because I don't know about you, but like I can't type that quickly without errors. Me trying to make one sentence takes like 45 seconds. That's an exaggeration, but you know, just to put like just to for the sake of example, it takes me a while to like without errors because I have to go back and fix everything. It's partly because I'm illiterate, but you know we don't talk about that.
Right. And I would also like to pull out the art of just spewing nothing out of your mouth is a sport.
Of doing what?
You okay? We're talking about the art of bullshit. That is, I consider that a sport. Just a teensy
Dude,
bit.
if that's a sport, I'm doing a relay race right now. I'm doing a whole relay. I will start talking, and then like it will just take 5 hours for me to tell a 5-minute story.
Right?
Sorry, I was seeing a drink.
That's fine.
Is Steve still here? Steve?
Yeah.
Dude, you were so quiet.
He's thinking about what sport to talk about.
Oh, this man. This
what?
man came out with the tequila brand and he just bought a sports team. The Rock.
The Rock?
Yeah.
The Rock bought a sports team?
And he has the tequila brand.
I mean, I know it's not Ciroc.
People have too much money. Like, who's buying sports teams in COVID? Actually, you know what? That's probably the best time to buy a sports team. Never mind.
They're all cheap.
Yeah, they're all
than normal.
cheating. Yeah.
All right. What's
So,
not
guys, you want to
cheap?
go in and buy a sports team?
No, I don't. I know it's not cheap.
Uh,
As cheap, like, do you know people are paying to have like cutouts of themselves in the stands of like a
Are you
match?
serious?
Yes, they are literally paying, and you pay more money to be in the lower seats to be caught on camera and everything.
people pay too much. People have too much money and don't know what to do with it.
That's, I'd say it's
That's
true.
my takeaway. Because I'm sorry, who's paying to go to a? My bad, they're not even going. Who pays someone to take a picture of you or get a picture, print it out onto cardboard, cut it out, and put you in the stands
Someone's making mad money
for
off
a
of it.
game? I know, and that's the upsetting part. It's probably like the sports team or whatever, like the stadium owners. And it's like I understand they need to make money, but like who's falling for this? Like who why would you do that to yourself? Who cares? If I were your friend, right? Like let's say like we're just like two middle class Joes,
Uh huh.
and you paid money to get to do that, to put a cardboard stand of you in a sports game, I would stop being your friend. I would stop talking to you completely.
So
You're like either that or you're paying for every meal that we go to because you obviously got money that you're willing to throw away for no reason.
Mhm.
So are you constituting? I would say it would be. I think a quarter of those people are tailgaters, because they buy passes to follow the team anyway. So would it
Well,
not?
I think I don't know if that's accurate because tailgaters, a lot of them, from what I've seen, don't even go into the game. They like the community sense of like cooking outside the game and stuff like that.
Right.
Like all those tents and stuff like that. Like, a lot of them don't go into the game where they'll like watch it on TV.
With in the
But I
community
think it
sense, I
is.
see. Yeah.
Yeah. Because my family used to be huge tailgaters, and like half the time they didn't even go into the games. They just cooked out, and then around halftime would like either leave or just watch it on the TV. It's all about the food, honestly.
Solid.
If you want a good barbecue, go to a tailgate. That's where good stuff's
Yeah,
at.
that sounds about right.
Yeah. But all right. Let's wrap up my theory. So we go into order of physical and mental stress. It has technique and skill, and the third one, it had to have an exhibition match that had a prize at the end, right?
Right.
So I would like to point out that game shows are a sport.
I'm not going to argue with that. I've always thought that. Except my only rebuttal to that is that it's like I've never seen it happen, but theoretically, it is possible for no one to win a game show,
Yes.
and
I,
so like there's the uncertainty, like it is possible for no one to win. It's really hard. I don't think it's not like the stars have to align, but
I
it
think
could happen.
the very easiest one, it would have to be like for physical, it would have to be like those challenges where no one can surpass the last challenge. So then they just fail. And then
Yeah,
and then the other one would have to be Jeopardy.
dude. Yeah,
Yeah.
Jeopardy is a really easy game for no one to win.
Right? Because you
I
can
was
end up with
thinking
negative.
also, yeah, I was also thinking like games like The Price is Right, where you have to guess like the money in the box,
Mm-hmm.
and then you try to get as much money as possible before walking away. Uh, like it's not. I guess you can't lose at that show, but it's possible to not win optimally. You know.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Right. Any offers that what is technically a sport here?
Uh, I would say,
Mm.
you know what? I'm gonna say going to school is a sport.
Going to school is a sport. I can kind of
I
see
think going to
that.
school.
It's a physical and
Yeah,
mental stress. It takes technique to pass said classes, and because of testing, you're fighting against everyone around you.
exactly,
Mm.
exactly.
So
I,
just to tell your parents, if they ever say you're not, working hard or you're not doing a sport, tell them I am doing a sport. It's called school.
exactly, exactly. I was, I was about. I want to say something that's gonna make a lot of people mad. Um, but something that is not a sport is doing a TikTok dance.
Oh, it's not. I agree with you there, one
It's
hundred
not
Alright,
like
percent.
okay.
that.
See, I agree with you. To do a choreographed dance is not a sport unless
No,
you're
no,
doing multiple dance moves in a match. Doing a TikTok dance for the views or the lulz, it's not a sport.
I'm only like because don't get me wrong. There's obviously like dance battles and stuff like that. So dancing is a sport. It's just that those the dances on TikTok are so simplified. Like there's some people who really kill it. Like there's some like group dancers on TikTok
Yeah,
that I
yeah.
really like you can tell they're trying. But like the average people, like most of them, a good majority of them I would say either aren't trying or it takes little to no effort. Lately, it's gotten better,
Yeah.
especially with the song that shall not be named
Oh,
that came out by Cardi B. I don't know if that's allowed on the show or not, so I'm just gonna
fuck. That's a
ref-
copyright and demonetization.
exactly. So I'm
But
referring to it in the third person. But the some dude made a dance for that. Uh, and I'll say that song that dance is a sport because it involves a high kick, which I don't know about you, but I can't do a high kick. So I'll give them that one. But like a lot of the older ones aren't that good.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
which means you gotta be like, gotta be one with your body, bro. You gotta like know your limits and how to break them.
If I'm trying to break my limits, I'm breaking my body.
it's all right. I
I'm
can only
not.
do a 180 high kick.
Oh, that
Dude,
must be nice to do 180.
Actually, no,
you know what?
shrink that. I know I go past 90, maybe like 110. Yeah.
So wait, so you can do about 2 inches above your waist?
Yeah.
Wow, I did not know that.
Hmm.
That's effort right there. I think maybe I could do that if I tried really
Actually, you
hard.
know what? Get into mixed martial arts.
No.
They'll make sure you can
We
you
like
can head
his
kick.
face as it is. Thank you very much.
Dude, what are you trying to say? This man's a crappy fighter?
I'm trying to say
I'll
is
have you
I like
know,
his
I learned
face.
how to fight from Naruto.
You see, sir, letting your arms flail like noodles while you run does not make you any more athletic.
No, no,
On the
no, no.
contrary, according to
Listen,
aerodynamics,
stop
it
it.
makes you less faster.
Well,
I,
apparently it is possible to do the Naruto run. It's just humans can't go fast enough to make it worth it.
right, because you can't feel that wind.
Stop
It's
trying to crush my dreams.
no, no, no,
I mean,
no.
dude, put some rockets on your back. I bet you'll be going fast then.
Right, right. Gotta go fast.
Exactly. I will say, making a YouTube video since we're on the topic is a sport.
It's a sport. It is a sport. Haha. My mom can't say I'm not working out now, huh, mom?
Mm,
Also, for all you kids out there, being a YouTuber is actually hard. Please do your research before
yep.
going in.
Right, right.
And also YouTube is very unstable at the moment. So just a word of just a nugget of knowledge before you go in.
Yes.
Bro, wait. Speaking of nuggets, right? Did you guys know that McDonald's is now releasing spicy nuggets on September 16th? No promotion necessary.
I
Technically,
did
this is
know
a
that, but
promotion.
I don't necessarily care.
Yeah, it's like we're talking about
Well,
sports. This is the exact. Unless you're talking about food eating contests, this nugget of information had
yeah,
no
no,
nugget of expertise.
that's what I'm talking about.
Uh huh.
Because you see, Wendy's didn't like that, so there's gonna be a food competition to
Oh,
end the dispute.
We
so it's a
already had one with the chicken sandwich. Why do we need?
Well, yeah, but
food
you see
fight.
now in this case, it's Wendy's spicy chicken nuggets versus the new thing McDonald's is making.
Eh.
I say neither. I don't. If you're getting spicy fast food, you're asking for a stomach ache. So I'm gonna say neither.
Man, you need a stronger stomach or at least slightly thicker kidneys. You'll be fine.
Oh man,
I don't know, man. Train your organs. Consume a bottle of hot sauce every day.
Train your organs. That sounds like a sport I don't want to participate in.
Okay, I
That
think I
sounds
know a
painful.
sport you want to participate in. It's called the World of Esports.
Oh God.
Esports.
E E
Does it fill
EA
it now?
Sport.
Does it
It's in the
fill out the
game.
quota? Is the better question. Does an esport fill out the theory I have, where it's well, I don't have to explain again, but does
Personally, oh sorry, go ahead, dude.
no, I didn't,
Um,
yeah.
I was gonna say I think esports is harder than real sports. Fight me.
Um.
That like
Hmm.
because here's why I say that because like at first glance everyone's like, well, I can play Fortnite or I can play whatever popular esport game you like. What are they? There's like yeah, there's a few different games. But when you look like into the depths of those people's contracts, like that is the most stressful situation to be in. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, um, I would suggest you go look it up or watch an anime called King's Avatar. It gives you a tiny glimpse into how these things work. But basically, these guys, right? They quit school and like early high school maybe, and they have about a good 8 years. So like maybe up until the age of 25, I believe, maybe even less. So from between the age of 15 and 25, they have to basically train their fingers, which in my opinion, the hardest thing to train.
Yeah.
They have to train their fingers, they have to train their minds, they have to train their eyes to play a single game, nothing else. A single game for basically the 40 hours a week to play and to play in a few competitions where they might not even make enough money. And they don't get money on the side, like they only really get money once they win, if they win, I should say.
Well,
And
yeah, like
their shelf,
most games.
yeah, yeah, and their shelf life is really low. Like if you get a finger cramp and like you can't use your finger for a week, they kick you out.
Bro, yeah, look at League. Hey, you broke your thumb? All right, get the fuck out.
Yeah, like there's no fallback plan. There's no medical benefits. It's just you play until you drop, and you have to really hope that you saved up money correctly when your shelf life is over because they'll when you're like 24 or younger if like you didn't make the cut, if like
Yeah.
maybe costume games. But if you make it through your shelf life of your contract and you come out on the other side of that, there's no retirement. There's no sign deals like no company's gonna sign you on to be like representative of their company unless like you're Mountain Dew or something,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
right? Like they all the like when you come out of that, you have no money left unless you saved correctly. And so that and like and all that together, I think that that's super stressful and requires a lot of training. And obviously like esports is one of the most to me esports is more competitive than actual sports because like there's no like you really only have one time to shine. There's not really a oh well we'll just have like our exhibition match, in a few months, or we'll just keep training and get like news coverage,
Right.
so that we come back.
Like
Like,
if
go
you
ahead.
use football or basketball, remember you can start from even high school level, like any level, at any point in time, they can follow you, and you could just become famous. With esports, it's not
Exactly.
like you have different levels. It's that moment or no moment at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like the best thing you can do after doing esports is become a streamer. And even streaming is really hard
Right? Because
because
you have to be
like
you have to be entertaining and stuff. Like,
yeah, like if your personality is trash, you're probably not gonna get a lot of viewers. It takes a while to grow a fan base. Like, and then not to mention, and this is why I say like YouTube and Twitch are super saturated with games already. Like you have to
Yeah, there's like
really
a lot
stand
of
out.
competition to the point
Oh,
where it's kind of hard to.
well, yeah, it's because it's really easy to just record and play a game, right? And then so everybody can do it. It's a very easy thing. It's why everybody's there. Everybody can you can make a mukbang. You could make uh, a
You know
makeover
what?
channel
Actually, if you successfully go through one of those, I would call that a sport. You know how much food you have to inhale?
while talking. Yeah, man. You gotta look nice while also keeping it really real.
uh-huh.
It takes some kind of skill in that level, huh?
I mean, yeah, but there's also like the levels that don't require skill. Like there's there. I don't know if you guys keep up with this, but like Twitch and YouTube creators are like constantly going at each other's throats, and one of the reasons why is because on Twitch, like certain streamers will just sit down and like watch a TV show or watch other YouTuber content, and then they'll be like, "Oh, YouTube." And in my opinion, it's like I'm not gonna. I don't want to jump into that conversation like out of this, but to me, like sitting down and watching someone else's stuff and and giving back no constructive feedback, constructive because you can give feedback like oh this is so stupid, but like I mean constructive feedback where you like have an actual point that requires no work at all. Like you do that on a daily basis.
Right? It's basically a reaction in and of itself. It's just like I'm sitting
Yeah,
here.
and we saw what happened to that YouTube channel.
Right?
Oh,
All right.
you
But
know, I
it's
wonder.
looking kind of close to the end here. So how about we kind of finish that riddle and we sign off?
Oh yeah, sure. So
Yeah.
I'll restate it so that you guys can refresh. So the riddle is: you're standing on the sidewalk with a raw egg. You drop the egg onto the sidewalk, but it does not crack. How is that possible?
Dropping it onto the sidewalk.
Yeah,
What a
mind you, my classmates thought of this thing for like 15
I
minutes,
have to ask,
and
is it a healthy egg? Like it's not old or anything.
Dude, it's an egg you would eat, man. Like,
Oh.
it's just an egg.
All right, I'm just gonna point out, the egg said "fuck you" and walked away. That's it. It hatched.
I did. So, what do you mean it hatched? It's a raw egg.
It hatched. Surprisingly, the world had said "fuck you" to your riddle and was like, hatch.
What about you, Steve? You got any idea?
Man, that riddle might, however easy it might be, my brain isn't all there today, so I might get an aneurysm if I try too hard to think.
Dude, it's actually not easy. The answer is finding it isn't easy. So, do you want me to tell you? Do you want me to tell the answer?
Yeah, go ahead. I got nothing.
Sure.
Okay. So, the answer is a raw egg can't crack a sidewalk.
Huh.
Huh. All right. Well, that's it for me.
Actually, you know what? If there was a bomb inside that egg and you let it drop, would the sidewalk crack if it had like some C4 powder and some way to heat it?
Probably not, dude. You need a spark for that.
It's already too late. My brain has shut off from the sheer simpleness. So, thank you so much for listening today, guys. This has been your host, Tony. Guys?
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was our cue. This is Moon. Dang it, I had something to say and I didn't know. Have a nice life.
You know what? Steve agrees.
Steve agrees.
Why, dude?
And you know what? Bye-bye. Bye.
Bye. See you next time. Oh, there we go. Bye. Have a beautiful time. There we go. Got it.